The buffer tube, originally called the receiver extension, serves two purposes on an AR-15. It houses the action spring and the buffer itself. It also serves as an extension arm from the receiver to which a stock can be attached to. Most commercial tubes are easily distinguished by the angled cut rear cap, whereas a Mil-Spec is cut to a straight 90 degrees. The Mil-Spec was made out of 7075 aluminum, while the commercial is typically a lower grade 60 series, commonly 6061. The Mil-Specs are made out of one piece of aluminum, whereas commercials can be made up of multiple. Sometimes on the commercial you'll see a welded on rear cap, which is actually made out of even lower grade aluminum. Mil-Spec buffer tubes always have a 90-degree cut to the rear tail cap, whereas the commercial tube, you'll see that it's actually an angle cut. The buffer tube, being threaded, is essentially a fastener in the front end. A fastener's job is to hold two or more parts together. So stronger threads equal greater value to the end user, which is why you want roll threading. The threads on our commercial tube are actually cut instead of rolled like the Mil-Spec. Roll threading is the process where the aluminum is extruded or forced out instead of being simply cut out as it is with the commercial. The root or valley portion of the cut threading is typically weaker because the process leaves behind tiny tears in the metal which can expand in time or with hard use. The rolled threads on a Mil-Spec tube have reinforced roots, adding to its endurance. The process doesn't leave behind any tears, which can turn to cracks over time like the commercial design. The outer diameter of the Mil-Spec tube is 1.148 inches, while the commercial tube is a little bit larger at 1.17. And guys, that's enough to throw compatibility out the window. You can take a commercial stock and put it on a Mil-Spec buffer tube, but you're going to have a loose and sloppy fit. You cannot put a stock on a commercial tube that was designed for Mil-Spec, but you got to jam the heck out of it. Don't do that. Stop. Whoever's doing it right now, you stop it. After listening to some of these points, I believe most of you will agree with me that while a commercial grade tube does work for most end users, it has no business being on a working gun. Remember that commercial tubes were created to save money. Some random commercial specs can bounce around and vary. Some of the things we'll see: rolled threads, cut threads, angled tail cap, straight tail cap, lower grades of aluminum. To sum it up, you actually have no idea what you're purchasing. And many times, your manufacturer you purchase from may not even know. They're often buying these from a third-party supplier. So yes, it's cheaper, and sadly, most of the manufacturers don't pass that discount on to you. Watch out for sleazy sales tactics like Mil-Spec sized or Mil-Spec style. And this goes across the boards for all AR-15 parts, not just our buffer tubes. Mil-Spec is thrown around in the gun industry like organic is slapped all over a grocery store. Mil-Spec this, Mil-Spec that. How about them organic French fries? Organic energy drink? Organic ice cream? I want some organic Skittles. Mil-Spec is shorter and lighter, and weight savings are huge. Fact. Clipping buffer springs will bend your hammer pin and round out the hole in your AR-15 lower. I'm going to list the super nerdy stats right now, so if that's your thing, go ahead and hit that pause button. Most of the buffer tubes you're going to see today are going to be 6 position instead of 4 position. A true Mil-Spec is only 4, however, everyone's pretty well adopted a 6 position as the new standard. Those of you who watched the video, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, check back in with us here in the future. We are going to be posting a lot more information, a lot more material. We plan to take this channel really great places. So I hope you can be there as part of that to grow with us. It's always fun to be one of the guys who said, hey, I knew those guys back when they were small potatoes. So we'll see you in the next one. Take care. I don't want to tell you guys which one to go with, but hopefully that helps.